Hey there, everybody. Draken here. I've been playing a lot of different games, but I've also been playing a lot of Chrono Ark. Just recently beat the actual final mission. This was actually the run I did that on, like the final story mode. But just the normal ending. Haven't got the final ending. Anyways, one thing I've noticed with leryn, or leryn here, or whatever her name is, probably saying that wrong, is that after I lost, I went to go. I was on the New Hope mode, so when I went to go try the relic thing, for some reason, tumbleweed popped up a second time, which I don't know exactly why it let me make a second tumbleweed, but this might work for a few different relics. If you have found a relic in your run, and then you lose on a hope run, when you go back in, you still have all your old relics, right? And then you turn a new relic into one of your old relics. But I don't know which relics you can duplicate like this and have multiples. I also didn't really get too much of a chance to like make copies of any other relics. I don't know why it didn't let me make a copy of the weapon case, but that might be because you can only have one of those. Certain relics you might be able to duplicate and get multiples of the same one. Some of them wouldn't even really make sense to have more than one, like the Shadow Orb wouldn't really make sense to have two of, because if you had two Shadow Orbs, you'd be drawing a card whenever you have less than two cards. Doesn't really matter if you do that twice, right? But there could be a few really broken combinations that you could use with that. And on the New Hope run, you can redo your... or not redo, but you can fail up to 3 times, right? So you could have about 3 of the same relic in a run if you really planned it out. I'm not really sure what you can duplicate yet, though, because this just happened on my last run. I tried to see if anybody else had anything up on this, but I didn't really notice anybody else having any of this. He was actually not too hard, the final boss. This fight, man, did I get low. I was almost sure I was going to lose the fight against him. Actually, I wonder if I can. Just going to quickly look to see when I use a Lucy skill if that charges up on both of them, because I wasn't really paying too much attention to it when I had 2 of them. I was just... a lot of stuff goes on in this game when you're still new to it, so... Sure, I used a Lucy skill here on him. Thank goodness for Trisha during this final fight. Oh, okay, yeah, no. This isn't where... this is where I finish him, just barely. At -8 health, but that's... okay, so they both have 2 charges. But I mean... sure, there's a few relics that just don't work when you have duplicates of them in your inventory. And there might be a couple that like are just stat-based increases or decreases. That might really boost up a party. I'm not an expert on any of the relics by any means, so... if you try this duplication, like, I'm going to assume this is a bug or a glitch. Could just be leryn operating like she's supposed to. This time I only had 1 of them. So, if you guys test it out and notice, it would be really cool if you left some comments and said what your interactions with that were, because I couldn't find really much when I was looking. Chrono Ark duplicate relics. People complaining about the glitch. Then again, Google has sucked all ass lately. It's just... I have not been able to use Google even even a little bit to find the things I'm looking for anymore, and I'm really, really annoyed that it's gotten so bad. But I haven't seen this posted anywhere else. Videos, Chrono Ark, everything you need to know. Well, that's definitely not... like, see, that's not even Chrono Ark. It's a totally different game. Lone Wolf glitched. Yeah, sure. How to play Chronos Crusaders. That's not even close to what I'm looking for. This is kind of a niche game, too, so there probably just isn't as much content or guides out for it. So... maybe I should watch something like that. I played through it a couple times now and haven't had much of any guide. I was starting to look into some relics just to kind of see what relics it might work with. Oh, I just closed that all. Reopen that actually. Chrono Ark. I want to see what all the relics are. Maybe there is something that is really, really useful to duplicate more than one of. Relic tier list. I guess I'd probably have all of them. Well, that's nice that they're there, but you need to be logged in. Okay. Go to template. Maybe it'll just say... okay, nope, just the images. Okay, cool. I don't know what half of those are. That one has something to do with mana. Can't remember what. I just wanted a list of what all the relics are. All relic list. Best relics, relic information. Yeah, this guy's been looking for the same thing I was just looking for. Only 5 months ago. You know what? Maybe I should just look at that. Oh god, that would be awful to look at just the the actual list like that. Okay, what about Chrono Ark? I like little Gris hedgehogs. But they don't like me. It's unfortunate. But some of the extra bosses you have to get through are real tough. Start game, carry on here, confirm. Getting the special ending where you have to have all the people gold starred is probably not going to happen anytime soon. I don't know if I'm going to aim for that at all, but I'll probably just do it every now and then. Encyclopedia, though. Oops. Items, relics. So, okay, it does actually show you these. All class skills, select 2 of them. Earn the first skill cast, cost 0. Do skill exchange. So, like, things like this, if you duplicate it, it would have no real use. But if you duplicated something that just gave you a bonus, like feint resist increased by 33%, if you had 3 of those, would that be a 99% increase? That sounds pretty fucking strong if it was. But again, I have not tested this. I don't know if that would work. And if something like this triggers more than once, then that would still be useful too. But, I don't know which relics you can duplicate, which ones you can't. Maybe you can only duplicate the tumbleweed, which would not be ideal. The 5 keys, unrecoverable. See, these unrecoverable ones wouldn't be as useful just because you can only do it once. This one would be useless to have two of, because you'd get the 80% and then you'd have nothing you'd get the next time. Maybe something like that, if it creates more than one curse. Shadow Orb was the one I was saying was useless if you had two of them. Like, what would be the point of that? Same with that. This one would be good if it gave you more than two. You got like 4 mana or 6 mana at the very beginning, you'd be stacked. Debuffs increased. Resistance. See, these would also be not bad. See, some of these I kind of imagine that even if you had two of them, they would only activate this one twice. End of story. I feel like it would only be the ones that give you a % increase like this that would be worth duplicating. Although, if like this does this and it activates and it uses a different skill, then having multiples of that would be cool too. This would be a really good card if you had a debuff team. That'd be a really good one. Fuck, there's a lot of relics. Do not have a lot of them, not found. Rubik's Cube. All skills with weakness buffs have their damage increased by 15%. See, this would be another one that I would say would be like probably good to have duplicates of if they stack. Again, have not tested it. Don't know if it works. Would be really cool if it did work. Is there any monsters I missed? Doesn't look like it. Oh, those are boss monsters. That was a fight that I took on one of my other playthroughs, and then I had the wrong team for that. And I invited Popcorn Girl. That was a big mistake. She disabled me using my party skills, and then I couldn't heal. And I just died turn one. So I'm not a huge fan of this guy. Oh, there is something I haven't found, some boss in there. Not surprising. Crimson Wilderness, I've went through a few times now, but there's still a couple enemies I haven't found there. Okay, so these are the only 3 bosses for the White Grave. I think I like the Pharaoh's leader the least out of the 3. When I say like the least, it's I find her the most difficult out of those 3. I've never had a problem with the Reaper. And I've also never had problems with the Sacred Carilla. Sanctuary. Forgotten King. Oh, it doesn't even have the other boss. Still need to do a run with these two. Every time I play them, I get wiped out pretty early on. But I need to do those two. I haven't even played him at all. Narhan I didn't like, but I also haven't played him a lot. I didn't mind Johan, but try him more. Momori I didn't like a huge amount, but I think if I paired Momori with somebody who did pain healing, maybe. I haven't played Sizz at all either. There's a lot of characters I've not had a lot. Ironheart's one of my favorites for tanks. And I really like Purcell. I haven't seen her rated really high, but I really like her prophecy and just her base heals. But lots of other people like Charon or whatever her name is there. Moore and Who's. I have to say I like leryn if you have a good run you previously did, but fuck, it really sucks when you select her and forget, oh yeah, I died stupidly in my last run and I have no relics that she's going to give me. That kind of sucks. But if you do the hope mode and then you fail, whatever. Okay, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. The video has dragged on for close to 15 minutes here. I will be playing a lot more of this, and probably recording the runs, and then just like posting them when I do have a successful run. Obviously, I'm going to have probably a lot of fails on that. I've died quite a few times on it. Let's just take a look. How many times have I died on that so far? Anyone that doesn't have a name? I guess I've deleted some of them too. I guess I failed on this one. This one really made me annoyed. Because I got all the way to the end here, and I retried that fight a few times. I just couldn't do it with the team setup I had. I just didn't have enough healing, couldn't keep up with the damage, and yeah. When I do the Azir fight, I'm probably going to always try to run like maybe 2 healers, because him and the final boss, they dump damage on you. And they are fucking hard. You don't hear the audio in this one, but I was getting frustrated. I think I got more and more frustrated as it went on. I think for the most part I was pretty silent, because I was just like, I was actually getting angry, because it's the first time I got to him, 6 hours in. I think it was like 1 a.m., and I was just like tired. I was like, fuck. Maybe it wasn't 1, but it felt really... That was my 3rd one. Wonder if it didn't record with the mic. I feel like I should still have the mic on it. Maybe it's just really quiet. Oh, maybe my recording didn't work on this one. With mic, voiceless. Or I could have just not been talking even though I had the mic. I don't hear myself talking in this one. Okay. The recording must have messed up on that. But I was getting real frustrated on that first encounter with him. Then again, I'd been doing pretty good through most of them, and then like I got to that one, and I kept choosing like different things just to try different things, but they did not mesh well. It was not a great idea to try to do a final run, although at that point I didn't realize it would be a final run. Anyways, if you guys do find some neat little secrets or interactions that are just obviously not fucking written anywhere because Google sucks ass, leave some comments. Let me know like what you found that's a really cool little secret, like duplicating relics with leryn. I would like to know those kind of things, because it might help me get through some hard runs. I believe I've been playing pretty much on expert now exclusively, but at some point I wouldn't mind doing an expert run with blood mist all the way through. I've done one expert blood mist run, but it wasn't the final difficulty on that. I don't probably had to get through it more than once, kind of thing. There's still lots to do in that. Alright, so hopefully you guys have fun with that game. I've been enjoying it a lot. I have. It's been a nice find. I'm glad I started playing it after I heard someone talking about it, and I was like, alright, I'll give it a shot, and I really loved it. Which is great. Because I need games like that I play, and I just enjoy them. Because I'm tired of the tired of the newer AAA games, and even some of the older like games you waited forever for, and then you played, and then it's just like, okay, great. These just suck. They're not good. They're not fun, and they're just badly designed.